Good morning and welcome. What an incredible performance, and that was just amazing. A beautiful start to our amazing World Tour Reimagined. For those of you joining us around the globe, you've just got to experience a tradition here in Australia. We start an event like this acknowledging the owners, the traditional owners of the land on which we work, live and play, and we're very proud to uphold that tradition here at Salesforce. So, it is World Tour Reimagined, and we have certainly reimagined it. You're experiencing our very first all-digital World Tour. It is a tribute to the innovative nature of this company and the team behind the event, for sure, but it's also a testament to the trust you put in us to put your health and safety first, and that is exactly what we're doing. Because today, well, it is all about you. Our Trailblazers of today and the Trailblazers of the future. And we have a huge job ahead of us today. We plan to inspire you and show you the possibilities. But after we've done that, we just can't leave you there. We're going to help you find a path to achieving those possibilities, the pathway to your success. So expect to be wowed, great products, great people, and great partners. This is your first stop on World Tour today. But before we jump in, I think it's really important to start with a thank you. Thank you for wherever you are joining us around the planet, be it from Singapore to Sydney or Wellington to Washington. We are so grateful that you're spending your day with us. But we're also grateful that you're our customers, our partners, and our community, because we couldn't do what we do without you. And I've been in this company now for 5 months, and it is such a vibrant community. So many things align us, but one thing really, really brings us together. And for me, that is our values. It is not, these 4 values that you see, these are our core values as a company. They bind us together globally. And in fact, the first 2, trust and customer success, were the values we use to really determine today the decisions we made. Yes, you trust us to have your health and safety in our hearts and in our decisions, but also you rely on us to help make you successful. So that's why we reimagined today and we just didn't walk away. We're passionate about innovation, and you are going to see so much of that through this keynote and all the sessions afterwards. And last, but certainly not least, a value that is very near and dear to my heart, equality. At Salesforce, we're passionate about equal access, equal opportunity, equal pay, to just name a few. And it's why I was so personally proud on Saturday night to stand shoulder to shoulder with my colleagues, my friends, my daughter, as we represented Salesforce at Mardi Gras here in Sydney. Just an incredible opportunity to support our LGBTI community. Because we know when we bring these values to life, not just on a piece of paper, but how we live them and breathe them, invest in them, then actually business truly is a platform for change. And it's so important we all take a role, and that is why we are very proud to support the United Nations Sustainability Development Goals. This is a real movement. It's tackling 17 of the world's most complex problems, from hunger and poverty to education and equality. And while all 17 of these are so critically important, we are doubling down on 6 of them. And if I reflect back into what has just been happening here in Australia, we have experienced some incredibly catastrophic fires. And that's why I'm so pleased to see on here too, climate action and renewable energy, because we have been really reminded that our planet is a real stakeholder here too. There is no planet B. And we're proud of the progress we're already making as an organisation in this regard. If you're running on Salesforce, you're running on a carbon neutral cloud. Now, we know to solve these problems, we have to do it together, and that's why we're inviting you, come and join us on this journey. Visit us at our Platform for Change website and look and explore how you can partner with us on this, because we think together we truly can build a better world. And why do we believe it? Because we are already making a difference. I love what we have already created over the last 20 years together with you. We're a leader in innovation, and that is fueled by our belief that we have to keep creating and innovating so that we can help you be ahead of your customers' expectations. We're a leader in philanthropy because it is so important that we make a positive impact in the communities that we share. And we're a leader in culture because when we create diverse and inclusive workplaces, then we truly can solve the problems of the world. And we're doing it together because the impact we're making is so much more than one company can do alone. That's why we're really proud of what we call the Salesforce economy, creating jobs and opportunities on every corner of this planet. The results and the impact today are amazing, but actually, the view ahead is even more staggering. 4.2 million new jobs, 1.2 trillion in new business by 2025. That is the power of this community working together to create amazing outcomes. And while these numbers are global, I do want to share the momentum and the contribution we're making here in our own backyard of Australia and New Zealand. I was so privileged on my first day at this company to announce the Salesforce Tower. I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't. It was an amazing work by the team before me. But this tower is not just going to be the tallest building in Sydney, it's going to be the most sustainable tower in all of New South Wales. It's going to be home to some of the 1,000 new jobs that we have committed to creating across Salesforce Australia and New Zealand. But it's not just about creating jobs, it is about our shared community, and we care about this planet and we care about Australia and New Zealand. When we were ravished by those recent fires, it has been incredible to see the way we stepped up as a company. Between the organisation and our founder, Mark Benioff, and his wife, Lynn, we donated over $750,000 to the Australian Red Cross. And we'd love to invite you all to join us, donating to them and other amazing not-for-profits who are giving back and making a difference as we rebuild this community. And with all our amazing people, we want to unleash their passion for giving back too. I was blown away to hear that we have already donated almost 200,000 hours across Australia and New Zealand. I did the math. If you didn't sleep, you would have volunteered for just over 22 years. That's the impact we're making in this community. And on the back of the bushfires, we went a step further. We gave every employee an extra 20 days to help in the recovery. Now, I do just want to stop for a moment and share a story of one of our incredible Trailblazers, John Watson. In his day job, he's an account director looking after one of our amazing customers. But he's also a 16-year veteran volunteering for the New South Wales Rural Fire Service. John has been on the front line of these fires, and in fact, he has donated, supported by Salesforce, 122 days being at the front line making a difference. It is amazing. So I want to thank John, and I want to thank every volunteer in our organisation and all of yours who are giving back and making a difference when this country needs it most. And the Trailblazers we have, they're not just in our company, they're in all of yours. And I want to take a moment now to introduce you to one of our customer Trailblazers, the fantastic and the inspirational Jessie McPherson. She's the founder and the CEO of St Kilda Mums. So St Kilda Mums is a not-for-profit. They're committed to helping families in need, giving pre-loved and pre-owned baby and nursery equipment to families who really need it. And so to enable her to do that, she's using the power of Salesforce to help her do just that. Connecting with her contributors and connecting with her volunteers so her and her team can do the thing they're most passionate about, providing services to the people who need most. I want to thank you, Jessie, for being such an incredible trailblazer. Now, I mentioned I've only been here for 5 months. When I started at this organisation, I heard about this thing called the elusive golden hoodie. So I got on Twitter, where I get all my good information from, and I started following Life with Goldie. Now, what I learned through that period of time is that the people who are the owners of these golden hoodies, this amazing community, they're not just passionate about technology, innovation, customer experiences. They're bound to by a set of values and a passion for giving back and making an impact. So when I heard about that, and you just heard the story of Jessie, well, I think the next bit makes sense. I want to congratulate Jessie. She is now the latest member of the community of the Golden Hoodie. Jessie, congratulations. I know you're in Melbourne watching us live. I hope this is a huge surprise for you. I am going to deliver this in person and make sure you get it because I know it's quite coveted. I was going to keep it, but I've been told I'm not allowed. But I was a bit worried about it because I hear it is coveted. So I've arranged for some security. I've got a bodyguard for the Golden Hoodie. It will be taken care of until we can get it to you. You're on point for that. Right. So I know that there are amazing trailblazers everywhere. You are creating great experiences for all your customers. So thank you for doing that. And I know you're doing it in an unprecedented era. It is the era of the customer revolution. Customer expectations are moving so rapidly, and that means you need to too. It means there is so much more we need to do to help personalize, to help make sure we know what our customers want and need, sometimes before they do. And we have to do that with trust at its core. And customers are expecting us to do it, and they're even asking that question, can I trust you? And that's why the next part of this keynote is so important. It's to help you in that revolution, help you put your customers at the center. And we know this isn't easy because revolutions never are easy. And in speaking to so many customers, I hear a number of things. You tell me about the legacy systems that are holding you back. You tell me about the data still being in silos, inhibiting that single source of the truth to help you. And you tell me about the skills and the capabilities that you need to build in order to win in this customer revolution. And that's why Customer 360 is so important. It helps you put your customer in the center to understand the products, the services, the partners, and the people that you need in order to win in this revolution. So I was thinking about it, who could I get to take you through Customer 360, to be your guide on the next part of this journey? I didn't have to rack my brains too hard, to be honest, because there was one person's name came to mind so quickly. Please welcome my friend and my colleague, the amazing Executive Vice President of Strategy, Dan Bogner.
Pip, thank you. That was an incredibly kind introduction. It's a real honour to be here at World Tour today. Just like we've reimagined World Tour, each of you that are watching online have an incredible opportunity today, and that is to reimagine the future of your organisation as you put the customer at the centre of your business and leverage the power of the Salesforce Customer 360. Today, in the short amount of time that we have with you, our job is to educate you, to energise you, and to inspire you. And the way that we're going to do that with you is by sharing a number of innovations across the entire Customer 360. And we're also going to have the pleasure of introducing you to a number of Trailblazer customers who are innovating across the entire Customer 360. So let's dive in and have a look at some detail here. For over 21 years now at Salesforce, we've been focused on building the Salesforce Customer 360. From our early days, 21 years ago in Salesforce automation, through to customer service, marketing automation, commerce, both for B2B and B2C, all the way through to Trailhead today. We've been building the Customer 360 with you, our customer. And we've been doing it in a way so that it's trusted, it's smart, it's flexible, and importantly, it's sustainable. What's more, the Salesforce Customer 360 sits on top of the powerful Salesforce platform, a platform that incorporates so many of today's incredible innovations in technology, innovations like blockchain and artificial intelligence. And we've done this together with you, our customer. And in doing so, together, we've built the world's #1 CRM platform. And we can all be incredibly proud of the job we've done. At Salesforce, it's something that we wake up every single day and focus on your success. Nothing is more important to us, and together we'll continue to maintain that #1 spot. In my role, I have the pleasure of talking to customers all across the Asia-Pacific region. And honestly, one of the highlights of my job is when a customer sits across from me and says, Dan, we're actually achieving some incredible business outcomes through our deployment of your technology. On average, when we speak to our customers, and we survey thousands of customers every year, they tell us that they see a 25% increase in revenue, and on average, a 30% improvement in customer satisfaction. What's also interesting is that IT are jumping on board as well, as they see the value of the Customer 360 platform. In fact, IT departments are seeing a 26% reduction in IT operating costs, which is just remarkable. And when we do this work with our customer, we're not doing it alone. In fact, we work with a number of strategic partners that are leading technology brands all around the world. These are brands that hopefully you're all familiar with. Companies like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon Web Services, Google, or Alibaba, just to name a few. And we focus on these partners specifically because they, like us, support the industry. And together, we focus on your success. Now, there can always be a time when I'm meeting with a customer which honestly gets a little bit uncomfortable. They look at me and they say, Dan, this slide is all fantastic, but this doesn't feel like our business. This looks like a Salesforce slide. And the honest answer is, they're absolutely right, and it's intentional. And the reason for that is we have many customers that simply take this slide and implement standard functionality as it is. However, increasingly, there are customers that are using the power and flexibility of our platform to tailor this picture to reflect their business as they put the customer right at the center. And a fabulous example of a company that's doing just that is a Trailblazer right here in our backyard, just across the bay in New Zealand. Fisher & Paykel, that's headquartered in New Zealand, is a global manufacturer and distributor of white good appliances. And they operate in about 30 different countries around the world. They've been going through a significant transformation to put the customer at the center of their business. And in doing so, they've been very focused on optimizing and improving their sales and their service experience. As a result of this, their Net Promoter Score is now at an all-time high of over 80%. Let's jump in and have a look at a film so we can understand just how they did that.
New Zealand is a food basket. We have the most incredible ingredients, whether it's the fish that come from the sea, the products that are grown on our land. We're a really fertile country. And here Fisher & Paykel brings that together with this pioneering spirit and this deep understanding of how to make great things, this real unique landscape that shapes us, and then this deep understanding of food. That's really what inspires us. Fisher & Paykel, its purpose is really to be the most human-centred appliance brand in the world. It's the way in which we think about our interactions with our partners, the way we think about our interactions with our customers, and the way we treat each other internally. We think about our company the same way you would think about your kitchen and how you bring people into your home.
Human-centred design flows through more than just product. It's also how our employees work, as well as how we provide services to our customers. The customer is at the centre of everything we do at Fisher & Paykel. We're selling to over 30 markets around the world. Customers in general now have so much more knowledge. They have a clearer expectation of what they want from businesses.
With Salesforce, we're capturing all our customer information in one place. The account managers have got the information at their fingertips. We now can actually tailor our customer journey based on the information that we've got in the system.
Our partnership with Salesforce means that the technology becomes less of the focus, and we can concentrate more on the customer, more on our people, our employees.
We've actually got our beautiful websites built using Commerce Cloud. What that means is our customers now can actually interact with Fisher & Paykel. We are now able to tell our story, and we're able to tell our customers' story.
As we started building this single view of the customer, we extended that through to customer service, communities, social management, e-commerce, and digital presence as well. And it was an organic relationship, and it was one based on the trust that we had for one another.
Great businesses anticipate where the customer's going to be, and they get there first. And that's what's going to make us, genuinely successful in the world looking forward.
What an amazing story. I love that quote. Great businesses anticipate where the customer is going, and they get there first. And Fisher & Paykel is an incredible trailblazer. Fisher & Paykel leverage the power of Customer 360 Sales, the world's most #1 trusted sales solution. By leveraging this platform, Fisher & Paykel are able to rapidly accelerate their sales growth. What's more, by leveraging the power of Einstein intelligence, they now are able to sell so much smarter through this guided recommendations and value that artificial intelligence delivers. At Salesforce, we're incredibly excited by a new feature which is going to be available later this year. It's called Einstein Call Coaching, and it's going to make every Fisher & Paykel sales rep perform to the same level as their #1 top performing rep. Now, we'd love to show you a quick demo of this exciting new capability, and to do that, I'd like to introduce you to a good friend and colleague, Leandro Perez. He's our VP for Marketing in APAC. Over to you, Leandro.
Thank you, Dan. Beyond selling to consumers like yourself and I, we have Fisher & Paykel selling to businesses. In fact, they're selling to developers, builders, and architects. And they have a whole team of reps that get on the phone every single day and call those folks to place their premium appliances in their next projects. As you can imagine, that's not an easy job. All outbound sales jobs are hard, which is where Einstein Core Coaching comes in. Let's take a look. Einstein Core Coaching gives those reps managers all the insights they need to make them more productive and increase their win rates. Across the top there, you can see the number of calls those reps have made, the ratio of talking to listening. Are they actually listening or are they just talking? A little bit further down, the objections. We can see that competitors and pricing are being discussed in those calls. A little bit further down, we see the types of products that have been mentioned. Dishwashers are having a bumper week. That's great news. And then down the bottom is what we call custom insights. Think of this as your ability as an organization to customize the insights that you're looking to find. And in the case of Fisher & Paykel, they want to track the market. So what types of developments are currently hot? All right, let's unpack this a bit further and select one of those phone calls. So this is where Einstein Core Coaching can tap into the existing calls that you're probably recording for quality assurance purposes with consent, of course. It's always good business. Now, Einstein Core Coaching has visualized that conversation. As you can see there in purple, that is the agent, and then the customer is Jesse. Now, that call has now been visualized so that the reps don't have to, and the managers, listen to hours and hours of recordings. They can get to those insights right now. Let's take a listen to the first one.
I don't know if we need to meet. We have specific requirements because our firm only builds city apartments.
I understand you have specific needs. We work with a lot of builders who exclusively build city apartments and work with us because F&P appliances provide flexibility when space saving is a must. Our appliances also have city-friendly features like laundry with eco-wash functions for small wash loads.
All right, so we just heard an objection being raised and then the agent answering that really, really well. This is an untapped goldmine of insights for that sales manager. As Dan mentioned, now you have the ability to make all your reps as productive as your number one rep because the manager can go ahead, add this to the library, add a few notes, and then share this so all those best practices can be learned by all of the reps. This is powerful stuff, folks. Now, this was just one small example of all the innovations we've added to Customer 360 Sales. If you want to learn more, I recommend that you tune in to the session that you see there on the screen at 2 p.m. Back to you, Dan.
Awesome. I bet that every sales manager watching is desperate to get their hands on Einstein Core Coaching. So let's now move from sales, and we're going to pivot now and talk about service. And in doing so, I'm going to introduce to you the Customer 360 service, the world's most trusted service solution. Fisher & Paykel have been able to leverage this to deliver personalized service at massive scale. In fact, at Salesforce, we manage over 71 million case interactions each and every day for our customers. What's more, that artificial intelligence that I spoke about earlier is infused in the application. It means that service agents are now receiving recommendations and customers are able to take advantage of incredible automated bots. I'm so excited to be able to share with you that later this year, as a result of our partnership with Amazon Web Services, we're going to launch Service Cloud Voice. Let me tell you, this is going to completely revolutionize the service industry. What we're going to do is we're going to integrate telephony right into the agent console, and we're going to layer artificial intelligence to be able to drive personalization and agent productivity. I'm sure you're really excited to see that. So let's cut back to Leandro.
Cheers, Dan. So I talked about the sales motion earlier. Now let's look at the service motion and when things go wrong. And to do that, I want to introduce you to Lena, our Fisher & Paykel agent. And Customer 360 Service. This is the view that gives Lena everything she needs to be able to do her job. Now, as you can see, all the details of a customer that's just called in, Jamie from Auckland, are listed right there. And then right next to that are all the products that he's purchased. This is usually in another system, but thanks to Customer 360, all of that information is available for Lena right at her fingertips. All right, we're about to connect Lena to Jamie, but before we do, I just want to make sure that you pay attention to the center of the screen and the right. All right, let's connect Lena now to Jamie.
Hi, this is Lena with Fisher & Paykel. How can I help you today?
Hey Lena, I have an issue with the water dispenser on my fridge. The water tastes a bit funny and it's kind of a recent thing.
Based on your purchase date, you've had your fridge for about a year. We recommend changing a water filter once every 6 months, then dispensing 3 to 4 litres of water through the filter to replenish the fresh water supply.
So that was cloud telephony at work, and as Dad mentioned, it's powered by Amazon Connect, and it's combined together with Einstein and his natural language processing capabilities. So together, in real time, you saw the call being transcribed. And as Lena was working that call, Einstein was behind the scenes, listening in, and was offering up a knowledge article. Think about that from the point of view of Jamie. Lena didn't have to put him on hold to be able to get to that information, and she didn't have to swivel chair to another system. This is extremely powerful. All right, let's keep listening.
Okay, I'll try that. We have pretty hard water at our place, and we haven't changed the filter since we got the fridge.
I saw that you purchased a built-in coffee maker at the same time a year ago. If hard water is an issue, I'd suggest using a descaling solution to make sure your coffee maker continues working as it should.
That's really helpful, thanks.
So this call just went from being reactive to now being proactive. You see, Lena was able to not only resolve an issue, but prevent something happening in the future. And this was thanks to next best action. Again, Einstein was continuing to listen in and realized that there was a recommendation for something that might happen down the line. This is a way that Lena can deal with that customer holistically. There's no divide between sales and service, which is great because Jamie doesn't want to have to call back up again in the future. All right, Lena's now done with the case and wants to wrap it up, and Einstein keeps helping. He's actually pre-populated a bunch of the fields and attached the call transcript. It's with productivity savings like this that Lena and other reps can save 10 minutes of admin work per call. Think about that and what that can mean for each one of your organizations. With that, I'm going to wrap up now, but I recommend that you follow the trail mix we've put together so that you can learn how to bring these insights to your organization. Back to you, Dan.
Wouldn't it be amazing if every company that we were customers of delivered an experience like that? It'd just be remarkable. So let's now move and talk about marketing. If you're a marketer and you're watching online, I bet the one metric that you're focused on is return on investment from your marketing spend. And it may impress you that our customers see on average a 30% improvement in ROI from marketing. How are they doing that? Well, they're doing that by leveraging Customer 360 marketing, the world's most trusted marketing solution. And Fisher & Paykel is a trailblazer that's leveraging this platform also. Fisher & Paykel have been able to deliver personalized engagement to all of their customers across email, mobile, social, and ads. What's more, they're leveraging the power of our easy-to-use and flexible platform. A great example is our strategic partnership with Google. We're able to embed Google Analytics right inside Marketing 360. Later this year, we're going to be releasing an incredibly exciting capability, which we call interactive email. This will provide all marketers with an ability to deliver personalized and highly interactive conversations with our customer without the customer ever leaving their inbox. Interested in how that works? Let's cut back to Leandro.
Cheers, Dan. I thought I'd take a load off and welcome you into my living room. Now, it's moments like these that I'm usually checking my email. And I know you've all received that email from organizations asking for your feedback. Now, the problem with that is that usually, as you scroll down that page, there's a link or a button taking you to another system. This is the moment in time that I'm usually backing out because the page is loading, there's a new UI to learn, and they've lost me. I'm sure that sometimes we lose you too. Now, take a look now how interactive email changes the game. I received an email this morning from Fisher & Paykel that you can see here, and it's in my inbox. This is just a regular email, but as you can see, I'm able to tap and select my preferences, and in a few short seconds there, I've answered all of their questions. Now, very importantly, down the bottom there, you'll see is one more question, which is the ability for me to opt in. None of this is going back to Fisher & Paykel until I choose to do that. So very important in this day and age with GDPR and so forth. Now, just like that, they've captured my feedback. Think about the friction that was removed from that experience. Quite a lot. It's for this reason that interactive email gives response times that are 3 times higher than all other normal emails like this. Now, I know I just got the attention of all the marketers on the line, but this isn't just for marketing. This actually can work for many use cases across a whole plethora of industries. Take a look at a product review. If your engineering and product team want to know how a new launch went, they can do that right from within the inbox. Or a service case after you've had an experience checking in and maybe they've gone out to your home, you can see if that experience is suitable for you. And if you have a problem with it, you can tell them right from your phone, which could trigger a case in Customer 360 service, thereby blurring the lines between marketing and service. This is a new world, folks. All right, this was just one of the many examples that we've added to Customer 360 marketing. And if you're interested, I recommend you tune back in at 1 p.m. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks for that exciting demo, Leandro. And don't forget, if you're interested in marketing, please tune back in at our live channel at 1 o'clock later today. Now, we started our world tour here in Sydney. We moved across to New Zealand. Now what we're going to do is take you into Japan. And I'd love to introduce you to now an exciting trailblazer called Shiseido. Shiseido is in fact the oldest cosmetic brand in the world. And they've been going through a transformation as they put the customer right at the center of their business. What they've been focused on is aligning their traditional sales channels with their online B2B and B2C commerce. And in doing that, they've been leveraging the power of Customer 360 Commerce, the world's most trusted commerce solutions. In doing that, they've been able to connect the commerce experiences, both for their B2B and their B2C customers. What's more, the platform allows them to declaratively build what we call headless commerce environments, in addition to commerce apps. Later this year, we're going to pilot an exciting new feature based on Einstein artificial intelligence, which will provide commerce developers with the ability to dynamically change the layout of their commerce pages in minutes, if not a matter of seconds. I'm sure you're really excited to see a demo of this. And I'd like to now introduce you to somebody who's no stranger to innovation. It's my good friend and colleague, Rowena Westphalen, our VP for Innovation here in APAC.
Thanks, Dan. Hi, everyone. How do you put your customer into the center of your commerce? Well, for us, that starts with Einstein Page Designer. Let's take a look at the Page Designer now. This is where I'm actually designing the front-end page for a commerce application. It's really easy for me to just drag and drop components across. I don't need to do any coding. In fact, what I'm going to do now is pull in an Einstein recommendation. That's actually going to show us a product recommendation for each of our customers. Now, this sort of personalization we know is incredibly important because we always know that personalization drives conversion rates. So what we're going to do now is look at how we can personalize even further. And we'll do this by switching on the Einstein Designer. And I've got an exciting visualization to show you what's actually happening in the background. So when Einstein starts this visualization, it looks at all the attributes in your product, things like the product name, the price, the reviews, and things like that. Einstein then goes and scours thousands of websites to see how those attributes are displayed all over the world. Einstein then clusters those different displays together and eliminates ones that maybe wouldn't fit your brand profile or wouldn't meet accessibility requirements. Finally, Einstein's able to actually stack rank the best displays for your optimal product display, so that when the designer goes back into the page view, they're suggested the best display options that they can have. Let's go back to the Page Designer now and have a look at how that looks. You see, from a designer perspective, I can now see a number of different displays. And this is incredibly powerful, because previously I could maybe reskin my page once or twice a year. Now I can try out new displays dozens of times a month. So how does that play out from a customer perspective? Well, let's have a look at the user experience for 3 different customers. Our first customer, Nancy, we know is really interested in ingredients. So we're giving her a page that really optimizes that. Versus Dylan, who's interested in the product in the context of an overall product regime. And so we're reinforcing that. And finally, Nancy, we know that Nancy came to us from a marketing cloud campaign that was very video intensive. And so we've optimized that video experience all the way through. So you see how quickly and easily we can personalize the display, not only of the product, but for the end user experience. And we know that this has been incredibly successful. In our pilots, we've noticed a uniformly improved conversion rate, but not just that, our page designers are 6 times more productive than they ever have before. This is the power of Einstein and the power of personalization at scale. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks, Rowena. If you'd like to learn more about commerce, or in fact many of the applications we're taking you through, don't forget also, in addition to Salesforce Live, you've also got those custom trail mixers on Trailhead. Now, we've been talking today about the power of putting the customer at the center of your business. And whilst we talk about that, I'm sure at the back of your mind you're sitting there and saying, Dan, that's easier said than done. The reality is, for many of us who have tried to do this, that the impediment to doing it has always been customer data. Why? Because customer data lives in a variety of different organization silos and organization systems. I've been in the CRM domain now for over 20 years, and let me tell you, all organizations have been aspiring to deliver what we call the single source of truth. In fact, it's become the holy grail for CRM. And that's why at Salesforce, we are so excited to be able to share with you an incredible innovation that we think is not just going to change your organization, but the industry at large, and that is Customer 360 Truth. Now, there's two very important data points I want to share with you about this. First of all, it's available now. Second, it's available free of charge to every single Salesforce customer. It will provide for you, for the first time, a single source of truth of customer data in your CRM application. This is mind-blowing. So what's it going to be able to do? Well, what it will automatically do is integrate for you all of your customer interactions across sales, service, marketing, and commerce. Later this year, if you've got different Salesforce orgs in your ecosystem and you want to connect them all, you'll be able to do that also. And when you do that, you'll associate all of that data against a global customer ID, giving you a single source of truth for the first time. As the product matures, and later this year, we're going to be releasing authentication services, personalization, and privacy tools, and so on and so forth. Now, we all know that customer data doesn't just live in Salesforce. As we talked about, it often lives in a myriad of different applications inside our company and sometimes outside as well. And that's why we're so focused on delivering Customer 360 integration, which is based on the MuleSoft acquisition, and MuleSoft is now the world's most trusted integration platform. MuleSoft is going to provide an opportunity for companies like Shiseido to continue to unlock and unify customer data irrespective of where it is in the organization. Now, the way that MuleSoft delivers this is through what we call an API. Now, if you're non-technical and you're scratching your head and thinking, what's an API? Let me explain it to you really simply. An API is a reusable component for integration. It means I can build that integration logic once, and then I can share that across the organization, reusing it for similar use cases. Compare this with the traditional approaches where IT departments have to write custom logic for a single project, and then the next project just go and write code again. A great example of how we've done this at Salesforce and how we continue to innovate is through the MuleSoft accelerators for Customer 360. The best way to think about these are pre-built templates to fast start your integration. In fact, MuleSoft delivers common integration from Salesforce and a variety of common back-office applications like Oracle, Workday, NetSuite, and many others. And what's more, it's available today. Are you excited to see it? Let's cross back to Rowena.
Thanks, Dan. This is exciting because I get to talk to our customers all the time about the Customer 360 Truth Profile. And I always hear two things. Number one, this is incredibly important for your business. And number two, it's really hard to get right, which is why it's wonderful that I get to show you today just how easy this Customer 360 Truth Profile can be to create. Before I go into a little bit of a techie demo, I want to give you a day in the life of what happens without this sort of connectivity in place. So I love the Shiseido brand. They're an amazing customer of ours, and I'm a very loyal customer to them. And their marketing team always sends me these amazing emails. Like, look at this product they're recommending for me. It's a fantastic product. I'm really excited to get this email. There's only one thing that's slightly wrong. I actually ordered this product last week. The reason I'm getting this slightly fragmented experience is, unfortunately, the amazing marketing team that sends out this email didn't have access to my order history. Let's take a look at a future scenario of how we could build this sort of connectivity to really take Shiseido's customer experience to the next level. Here we are in the administrator, and this is when we can start pulling in lots of different pieces of our customer data. So we know that customer user experience data is important, so we're going to pull in some Service Cloud data. Of course, we want those amazing marketing emails, so we're going to bring in some Marketing Cloud data. Naturally, we want that order history, so we'll bring in some commerce application data. Now, Shiseido, like many of our global brands, has customer information in a number of different Salesforce instances. So to speed up this demo a bit, let's just click a finger, and we'll quickly see I've already got 130,000 different customer records all in one place. An incredibly powerful starting point. But I need a bit more. Some of my data is external to Salesforce, and I want to access that as well. Now, I know that one of our developers has just put an API on our inventory management system, so I'm going to use the power of MuleSoft to simply connect and pull in that inventory data directly from the inventory management system. And you can see, what have I got now? 180,000 different records about my customer. But more interestingly, I can see that this translates to 88,000 individual customers. This is an incredibly powerful position for me to be in. Let's see what my customer experience could be now with this kind of connectivity in place. Once again, I get a wonderful email from the Shiseido team. I can see, oh my God, it's a new product. It's an SPF product. I'm really interested in it. I love sunscreen. I have to use it a lot living in Australia. And I can see that the Marketing Cloud team know that they've got access to that order history and know that I love the other product. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. In fact, I'd love to see if I can even just add it to my order. Maybe they've integrated the service team as well. Let's chat on the agent, and I can simply use one of my favorite messaging mechanisms, WhatsApp, to ask the service agent to update my order. And you know what? They can do it quickly and easily. And you know what you're not seeing here? You're not seeing me say my order number or my customer number. Thanks to the power of the Customer 360 Truth Profile, Shiseido's service agents are empowered with the full context of my information. It's incredibly powerful. So you saw how quickly and easy it was for me to pull together that Customer 360 Truth Profile and improve my customer experience. I know that integration is incredibly important to all of you out there, so I'd encourage you to dial in to our integration and MuleSoft session later today. Back to you, Dan.
Brilliant. Thanks for that demo, Rowena. It's so exciting to see Customer Truth in action. Now, we promised you a Reimagined World Tour, and so far, hopefully, we haven't disappointed. We've safely taken you from Sydney to New Zealand to Japan. Let's now go on the next hop on our tour, and we're going to head to France. And in doing so, I'm going to introduce you to a company called ENGIE. If you're not familiar with ENGIE, that's okay. They're actually one of the global energy providers for both B2B and B2C customers. And their differentiator is that they help organizations and consumers reduce their carbon footprint. And the way they do that is through providing sustainable and renewable energy solutions. Now, what you may not know is ENGIE loves building apps on the Customer 360 Apps platform, the world's #1 most trusted app dev platform. Why, you might ask? Well, let me share this fact with you. ENGIE is able to deliver apps for their employees 57% faster than the alternative code-based approaches. That's simply by using our point-and-click approach to app development. What's more, ENGIE is also able to take advantage of all of the innovation that we're driving on this app dev platform. And 2 examples that we'd like to highlight is the Salesforce Data Mask, available now, as well as the Salesforce Mobile Publisher. Now, I know somebody that is no stranger to APAC that is ready to demo this to you. It's my good friend, our EVP of Industries. Please welcome Naracha.
Thank you, Dan. Well, industries are an important part of Salesforce's strategy, and I'm thrilled to be able to share the story of ENGIE as a trailblazing customer in our energy space. So I'm going to show you how ENGIE builds apps lightning fast, gets them in the hands of their customers. So listen and learn, because this is something you could be doing at your company as well. Okay, let's start our journey today in Page Designer for Community Cloud. ENGIE wants to build an app that gives their customers a 360-degree view of their zero-carbon transition journey. And they're using Page Designer because Page Designer has an extensive library of components, from basic open-source components to package components on the App Exchange to custom web components that they've built. Now, as an admin, super easy. All I have to do is to add a component is drag and drop it on the canvas. As you can see, we've added the energy monitoring component and the equipment activity component. Now, you've probably heard us say before that components are kind of like Lego blocks. Yes, they are because they're interoperable, but they are way cooler than Lego blocks. Each component container has built-in real-time eventing, security, intelligence, integration to Customer 360. Okay, I need to point this out in case you've missed it. We just built an app. So now we have to figure out how to publish it, get it out to NG's customers. And to do that, we're going to switch over to Mobile Publisher. Now, what you can see is a screen with lots of customizations. We've pre-configured this in the interest of time, but you can still get a sense of all the different things you can do here, all the way from beautiful branding to picking availability in different countries. So we want to make sure that this is available in Australia, and then we're just going to click and submit the listing. And voila, Salesforce takes care of the rest. So we're going to fast forward, say our app is approved, and then you can see it live on the App Store and on the Google Play Store for customers to download. So we're going to take a slightly different view now and think about what it looks like from the perspective of an NG customer. So I'd like to welcome Maximo.
Hey, Naracha, and hey, everyone online. So I'm the building manager at Earthwise, and I just love that this NG app gives me a 360-degree view of my account's energy consumption.
That's great. Now, what we're looking at is the app that Maximo just downloaded. And you can see the customizations that we just made in Page Designer. You can also see, or rather Maximo and Earthwise can see, that in the energy monitoring component, they can track their energy consumption and savings over time. They can also see the evolution of their lead score. Now, if you're looking at the equipment activity component, you can now see the account history. So for example, they had a recent solar installation, so they can keep track of that. So all great, but wait, there's more. With intelligence built into the platform, there are smart tips for reducing energy consumption, and best of all, a recommended next best step for Earthwise in their zero carbon journey. So, lightning fast tour here for us, but you can see how NG can put the power of Customer 360 into the hands of every single customer, declaratively using our platform. To learn more, please tune in at 3 p.m. today. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks so much, Naracha. What's exciting about what you've just demoed is that everyone can now be an app developer. Now let's pivot our story and talk about data. And the reason we want to focus for a few minutes on data is that I'm sure in your organization you've been experiencing literally an explosion of data. Most of the customers that I engage with look at me and say, Dan, we've got more data than we've ever had before. Our challenge is not the data, it's generating insights from it. And that's why at Salesforce we're so excited with Customer 360 Analytics. The combination of Salesforce with Tableau means that we can now provide analytics to anyone, anywhere, based on any type of data. How do we do that? Well, Einstein Analytics delivers embedded intelligence right in the CRM application. Datarama provides incredibly rich insights to the marketing professional, and now with Tableau, we can take analytics and we can deploy it all across the enterprise. Now, NG loves using Tableau. In fact, in my experience, you'd be hard-pressed to find any customer that doesn't love using Tableau. Tableau is simply fun, it's easy to use, and its visualizations are incredible. What's more, because it's built on top of a trusted platform, it means that NG can connect Tableau to virtually any type of data sources, and IT loves it because it also means that they can deploy it either on-premise or in the cloud. Now, we're so fortunate today to have somebody with us that actually loves talking about analytics even more than I do, and that is Adam Selipsky, our President and Chief Executive Officer of Tableau. Hi, Adam, and welcome to World Tour.
Dan, I'm so glad to be here with you and in Australia with our team, this broader Salesforce team. It's just great to be here.
Brilliant. Adam, I'm interested to ask you a question to reflect on. What excites you the most about the combination of Salesforce now with Tableau?
Well, Team Tableau could not be more delighted and excited to be part of Salesforce. The first thing that excited us when we first began talking was the clear alignment of values. The fact that Salesforce focuses so much on customer success. Tableau has always talked about having a relentless customer focus, always doing the right thing for the customer is number one. Also the focus on our communities, both on our user communities, which are both very vibrant, as well as the local communities in which we live, as well as the global community. And these are core values, as well as a real focus on employees and their well-being that was really common across both companies. In addition to that, I'm incredibly excited about the product integration possibilities. Tableau being able to integrate with multiple different Salesforce data sources, the possibility to integrate with MuleSoft, which we just saw exciting examples of. And of course, the possibility to bring all that great AI and machine learning capabilities that Salesforce has developed into Tableau over time. So the product possibilities are going to be amazing for customers. And then we're also really looking forward to just collaborating on behalf of customers in the field. And I've just seen that here to an incredible extent this week in both Melbourne and Sydney with fantastic customer meetings with both Salesforce and Tableau being represented.
Absolutely.
It's going to be great for customers.
Yeah, look, I agree with all of those statements. It's an incredible synergy. Adam, I'd also like to ask you, how does Tableau really transform the way that a customer engages with their data?
Tableau is a very simple 7-word mission statement. We help people see and understand data. And as you said, Dan, there has been this incredible explosion of data, and that's both a huge opportunity and a huge problem for customers who don't know how to deal with that over time. And we're really here to help them deal with that. Analytics is becoming ubiquitous. It is going to be part of how hundreds of millions of knowledge workers around the world get their job done. And what more and more of our customers are telling us is therefore they need to create a data culture. They need to make sure that decisions are made using data. And Tableau is investing a lot of time, energy, and resources in helping customers to figure out how to go about that journey. So we've built a broad end-to-end analytics platform that's both broad and deep. It's simple, it's intuitive, it's self-service, it's powerful, and most important, it allows anybody to explore their data, to have a conversation with their data, and to generate insights via an incredibly simple, easy, and yet very powerful interface. And we have a more than 1 million strong Tableau community. We've got leading customers from around the world, including down here in ANZ, most of the big banks. Woolworths is deploying tens of thousands of users on Tableau, and we have incredible momentum around the world as well as here as we try and help people with that data culture journey.
Fantastic. It's so exciting, Adam. It's great to have you with us in Australia. I was just thinking as you were talking that you said to me offline that the best way to understand Tableau is to see it in action. So why don't we cut back to Naracha and see just that?
Hey, I'm back to tell you a little bit more about the NG story. So NG uses data to make better business decisions, to help their customers on their zero carbon transition journey, as we saw earlier, and to support their employees in reducing carbon emissions. So let's take a look. Now let's pretend that I'm the GM of NG here in Australia. Now what I can see is the overall carbon footprint for all my employees. I can see the business travel is negatively impacting our carbon footprint, but the good news is that we're making really great progress in the areas of meat consumption and daily commute. Now, if I look at the other side of the screen, I'm seeing some general business metrics, but they're really not quite detailed enough for me. What I really need to take better care of my customers is a 360-degree view of my business. And with Tableau, I can get that view, gathering in data and information from the NG Common Data Hub, a collaborative data lake that pulls data in from sales and service and marketing cloud, as well as IT and connected equipment. So taking a look here, and I see a view of different types of customers in our universe, from prospects to loyal customers. It's interesting as I interact with this data that for new customers, they're more interested in solar and wind. Whereas if I go up to my loyal customers, I see that since they've been with us longer on the sustainability journey, they're more interested in additional equipment. So let's dig in. I need to service my loyal customers well. When I dig in, I can see metrics just for this customer set. And I'm looking at marketing engagement, and I see a spike in December, followed by a deep decline in January. I'd really like to understand that. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to my marketing team, try to figure out what happened, and try to re-engage our loyal customers. Now, on the service side, our loyal customers are filing more cases around equipment maintenance issues. Again, this is really not happening here. I need to work with my maintenance team to have them fix these issues. So managing my customers is great, but I need to grow my business as well. So I need to figure out how to target the right customers with the right products. And the answer is, of course, more data. I'm looking at the map of the country. I can see my customers in all their locations. And with Tableau, and I love this so much, I can actually add a layer of the customer's carbon transition score. So when I layer it in on the map, if I'm looking in the north, it's interesting because I can see that customers with solar installations are seeing a really high transition score. So as we do our marketing campaign for solar, we're going to go ahead and target that in the north. Now, if I move further to the south, I'm seeing lower scores in Melbourne and Adelaide, and really need to understand that. Using external data, I can also see that wind power is stronger in the south. And then browsing around other customers in the region, really the ones with great scores are the ones with our wind turbines. Now, this insight I've just gleaned can be given to our regional sales and marketing team to really target the right customers with the right product. Okay, so in a matter of minutes, without any code, you can see how we leverage Tableau to make better decisions around our data. And we can empower everyone, as Adam said, to have a conversation with their data. Tableau is the analytics platform for Customer 360. To learn more, please join us in the live Tableau session at 12:15. Back to you, Dan.
Great job, Naracha. Tableau looks so easy, I think even I could use it. Now, we've spoken a lot today, and we've taken you through a range of products. Let's see, what have we done so far? We've done sales, service, we did marketing, commerce, we talked about Customer 360 Truth, we talked about Tableau. Are we forgetting anyone? We're forgetting Einstein. How could we forget Einstein? Now, if you were at Dreamforce a couple of years ago, you may remember the launch of Einstein. What will amaze you today is that Einstein is delivering over 10 billion, that's 10 billion with a B, 10 billion predictions on the platform each and every day. In fact, Einstein has become so pervasive that he's literally become our guide. For the sales professional, Einstein is there forecasting our sales and also identifying which opportunities have the greatest chance of converting. For the service user, Einstein is predicting the service cases and automatically associating all those knowledge articles with the case itself. And for the marketer, Einstein is guiding the marketer by recommending products through the commerce store, as well as predicting return on investment in the marketing campaign. Now at Salesforce, we joke a little bit because Einstein has become such a part of our culture that we often say to each other, wouldn't it be amazing if we could take Einstein into a meeting? That way, when our boss looks at us and asks us those really tough questions, we can literally turn to Einstein and say, hey Einstein, what do you think? Well, at Salesforce, being the technology geeks that we can sometimes be, it's a joke that we've taken really seriously. And that's why today, I'd love to show you the Einstein speaker. How cool is this guy? Einstein speaker is built on top of Einstein Voice Skills. This is going to be available in beta later this calendar year. The amazing thing about this is using just your voice, you can now have a conversation with Einstein. You can ask Einstein, hey Einstein, what's my daily briefing? And Einstein is going to tell you what's in your calendar, the opportunities that are ready to close today, the service cases that might be expiring their SLA, and many, many others. Your developers and admin are going to be able to build their own voice skills, and then they can deploy that on a phone, a tablet, or even a smart speaker like we have here. What's more, because it sits on top of the Salesforce platform, all that voice data is automatically secured and it's protected. We would love to show you this in action, and I know someone that's ready to do just that. Over to you, Rowena.
Thanks, Dan. I'm here with my team, and we've got a special guest. It's Einstein. Einstein Voice is transforming the way teams work together. And it's not just for sales or for Dan, it's for everyone. Our team's been working really hard to bring customization to Einstein Voice so you can tailor it for your business. Let's build a voice assistant now together, and you can see just how easy it is. Here we are in the voice assistant setup. You see, I've already got a number of voice assistants set up. I've got voice assistants for sales, for service, for marketing, for finance, and many more. Let's modify the sales leadership voice assistant. This is where I can actually teach Einstein new skills by simply dragging and dropping components. Once again, there's no need for me to do any coding. I can teach Einstein to do things like read records, delete, update. What I'm going to ask him to do today is simply read a record. Next, I'm going to give the skill a name. Now, this is literally what you say to the Einstein speaker in order to trigger the skill. For example, am I going to hit my number? Next, we need to choose the Einstein technology that we want to deploy. And this could be anything from analytics to prediction. But today we're going to use Einstein forecasting. Finally, I need to say what I want Einstein to say back to me. You see how easy it is for me to pull in different variables like the username and the quota to give that personalized message back. Next, I'm going to deploy it to the channel I want to deploy it on. And this could be an Apple Siri, Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, or if you're lucky like me, a Salesforce Einstein speaker. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's save it and we can try it out. Hey Einstein, am I going to hit my number?
Good day, Rowena. The likelihood you'll hit your number is 75%. I can recommend 3 actions to increase this to 90%. Would you like me to create them as follow-up tasks?
Yes, please, Einstein. You see how Einstein answers my question and then also gives me information to help me grow my business? Why don't we try a service example? Hey, Einstein, are there any cases open for Moonrise Telecom?
There's one Tier 1 support case open for the account Moonrise Telecom. It's been open for 18 days. Would you like me to escalate this case to Kristen?
Yes, please escalate that, Einstein. That's going to be really important for that customer. Now, what about a marketing example? Hey, Einstein, what's Emily's best performing campaign going to be this year?
Based on current predictions, I predict that Emily Park's best performing campaign will be the 2020 Winter Prospect campaign with an estimated 64% conversion rate.
64% conversion rate, that's amazing. Emily's always been a top performer. So you see how easily I was able to teach Einstein a new skill and deploy it to any device, smartphone or speaker, and quickly and easily enable my team to get access to information that they don't usually have access to and grow their businesses. I'm sure you want to learn more about this today, so for lots of resources and other things, I'm now going to hand back to the fabulous Pip Marlow.
Thanks very much, Rowena, and that was incredible. 2 of the smartest people I know, Rowena and Einstein. An incredible demo, although I was a little worried when I heard only 75% chance of attaining the number. Good news, we know our next best action. Well, look, that was an incredible power hour, taking you around the customer 360 to help you put the customer in the center of all that you do. But it is just as I said at the start, today, and this moment was just the first stop on your fantastic tour today. I've taken the liberty of just pulling out a few of my favorite sessions that I thought you might want to go and have a look at. Not just that, the learning doesn't stop after today. If you haven't downloaded Trailhead Go, go download it and make sure that you continue on your learning journey with us. So we're wrapping it up. You're bringing my friend Einstein with you, Rowena. I told her she is not allowed to let him leave the country. But before we go, I want to make sure that I say thank you to my fantastic partners in today's session. You guys were incredible tour guides for everybody. Thank you all to you for wherever you are joining in from around the planet. We're so grateful that you gave us your time. Remember, this is stop 1 on the journey. Enjoy the rest of the day, and thanks to these guys and thanks to all of you for joining us. All the best.